Welcome to all in this control systems lecture. So today we are going to study some more important numericals on root locus. Yesterday in the last lecture we have seen a simple type of root locus numerical which consists of only poles in the problem. There are no zeros. Okay. So we are going to see some next problems in which there are different zeros, means there are zeros, there are complex poles, etc. Okay, so this problem number 6.2 we can see here is a simple problem which has three poles, 0, -6 and -9. So first step is to obtain the number of loci and loci ending at infinity. So to find out number of loci we need to see which one is greater, the poles or zeros. So here is no zero, poles are there, three poles, so number of loci is 3. Okay, and number of loci ending at infinity is n minus m equal to 3. So there are 3 root loci, all are proceeding to end at infinity because there is no zero, there is no interruption to the loci. Okay, it will end to infinity. So next step, we have to find the real axis loci. Okay, so from the figure, I'll zoom it. We can see that there are three poles. One pole is at 0, one is at -6 and one is at -9. Okay, so the loci will continue to infinity because there is no zero. Huh? Now we have to see where the root locus will present. Okay, where the loci is present, tail axis loci. So in this case, in this period from 0 to -6, the negative half cycle, we can see that there are two poles. Okay, so as our rule is saying, exclude this one, first one, and then measure. Okay, so whenever we exclude this pole at the start, so in this region from 0 to -6 there is presence of one root. Okay, so odd number of root, the root is this pole -6. So as odd number is present to the left hand side of the root, there is a presence of real axis loci. Okay, so now in this period from -9 to -6, in this period we can see when we exclude this, we get two number of roots, that is one pole at -6 and one pole at 0. So there are two, means even number of roots present. So there is no loci present. Okay, from -6 to -9. And for the last part, for infinity, we can check. So exclude this infinity, exclude this minus infinity. We can see there are three number of roots, odd number of roots. So loci is present from -9 to -infinity. Okay, they have given here. It is minus and 0 to -6. It is absent between -6 to -9, and it is present from -9 to -infinity. Okay, so next step, you have to find out number of asymptotes and their angles, angle of asymptote. Okay, because we require asymptote in order to give the path or the way to the root locus. Okay, so number of asymptote is n minus m equals to 3. So finding out angle of asymptote, formula is given as 2x plus 1, 180 upon 3. for x 0 1 2 because it is 3. So we have to take the values of x, first time 1, then 0, then 2. Okay, and next you have to put the values of x for 0, then 1, then 2. For 0 you will get asymptote angle 60, for 1 you will get 180, and for 2 you will get 300. Okay, so there are 3 asymptote and 3 angle of asymptotes. Okay, now centroid is the point at which asymptote will rise. Okay, we will plot the asymptote. So centered formula is given as real part of poles minus summation of real part of zeros of pole minus zeros. So they've calculated minus 5 is the centroid. So now breakaway point. Breakaway point is the point at which the root locus will leave the real axis. Okay, so it is given as k equal to minus d upon n. So denominator is written as it is, numerator is written as it is, then cross multiplied means expanded this one, we will get this. So now put this derivative of k with respect to s equal to 0. Then we will get, by derivating this, we will get this term, and by using the quadratic function we can find out the roots. Roots are minus 7.64 and minus 2.335. So in between these two roots we are going to see which one is suitable for us. So we have to choose the breakaway point for which root loci lies. Okay, real axis root loci will lie. So in this figure there is loci present from 0 to minus 6. So first the second one, minus 2.355, is the suitable because first one is not suitable, it is not lying on the root axis loci. So they have given here as real axis loci is present between 0 and minus 6, therefore s equal to minus 2.353 is accepted. Okay, the other one is dropped because real loci is absent for that. So now next step is arrival, angle of arrival or departure. It is not required because we do not have any complex poles or zeros. If we have complex poles, then we are going to find out the angle of departure. If we have complex zeros, then we have to find out the angle of arrival. Okay, so in our problem it is not there, so no need of that step. Last one is intersection of imaginary axis, the most important point. Okay, I'll show you. This is the characteristic equation. Denominator plus k into numerator. Denominator is written as it is, k is written as it is, numerator is 1 equal to 0. Then simplifying we will get this polynomial of order 3. So now we have to find out the value of k by using Routh array. Okay, so it is simple, you know the technique of Routh array, you can find out. So in this column and this column k is present, so we have to put it greater than 0 so that we can get the value of k. So for this equation, when we put greater than 0, k will be 810. Okay, k will be less than 810. So value of k lies between 0 to 800. In this value the k will be stable. So now we have to find out the j omega intersection. Okay, the point at which the root locus intersect the j omega axis. Okay, the complex axis. So for that we have to go to this s square row, we have to simplify it. Okay, just put the s square here and 0, s raised to 0 here, we will get like this. Then equate, and after taking the square root we will be given value as 7.34 plus minus j 7.34. Okay, so root locus has been drawn here. So you can see here these are the asymptote. First one 60 degree, second one 300 degree, third one is 180 degree. Okay, asymptote has been drawn on the centroid, which is at -5. Breakaway point is at -2.35, which lies in the root axis, real axis. Then this is the point at which the root locus will leave the y-axis, x-axis, sorry, real axis, and we can see here it is leaving, and it will cross at, you can see here, 7.34 radian per second. This is the value, somewhere 7.34. Okay, they have approximately chosen the value. This is plus 7.34, this is minus 7.34. So according to this, you have to draw the root locus. Okay, this is a simple problem. Now we are going to see again 6.7 example. It's kind of same problem. Okay, just number of poles are there, 3 number of poles. Okay, so s plus 2 cube has been expanded. So in this problem there are 3 poles at -2. Okay, very simple problem, you can solve it, and we will go through the next type of problem. Now example number, this is type 2. Okay, important type, which consists of 3 poles, 1 real and 2 complex. Okay, so poles are complex. So now there will be introduction of angle of departure. Okay, because poles are complex. If there are zeros and there are complex, then we have to find out the angle of arrival. So example is given. Example, in that example there is a single pole here, then this is a complex pole. Okay, because it consists of complex terms j. Okay, this is minus j1. Okay, so you can see here there are 3 poles. First one is at 0, then second one is at plus 2j and minus 2j. Okay, you can see here 2 plus 2j and 2 minus 2j. So they have written, okay, here 2 plus 2j and 2 minus 2j, they have drawn here. So minus 2 and plus 2, so you can see here this one is minus 2 plus 2j, this one is minus 2 minus 2j. Okay, this is the pole. So this is minus 2 because it is been equated with respect to 0. So whenever it will go on the right hand side, it will become negative. Number of poles 3, number of zeros zeros, number of loci will be 3. Okay, now real axis we have to see whether it is present or not. Okay, so it is present from 0 to infinity because there is only one real pole and there are 2 other imaginary poles. There are no zeros. So whenever, so our area is from minus infinity to 0. So we can see here from minus infinity to 0 there is only one element which is odd. Okay, one root which is a pole. So the loci will present from 0 to minus infinity. Okay, next, number of asymptote 3. Okay, angle of asymptote you can see for 3 values of x. For value of x equal to 0, angle of asymptote is 60, then 180, then 300. Okay, then centroid we have to find out. Centroid is minus 1.33. Simple. Then here real part of zeros, okay, and real part of poles. So real part of poles are taken only the real parts, means minus 2 and minus 2. Okay, minus 2 and minus 2. They're not taking plus minus 2j upon 3. So now breakaway point. as they have given. Okay, so then cross multiply, you will get this kind of equation after cross multiplying. Okay, then you have to see the derivative. Okay, the derivative is given as this is a simple second order quadratic equation. You can solve this and you can get the s breakaway point. So this is so breakaway point. We don't need to carry out the breakaway point because it's a complex point. Okay, so it will we need a breakaway point on the real axis loci, so it is not on the real axis loci, so no need of finding out breakaway point when the poles are complex. Then angle of departure is important because at that point our root locus will depart. So formula is given as gh is equals to k upon this. Gh means your plant transfer function. Then you have to choose for one pole. Okay, for one complex pole. Then you have to take the same for the other complex pole. For example, I have given here. Firstly, you have to choose for this one, this part. This part you can choose. So k upon s first pole, then s plus 2 plus j2 second pole at s equal to minus 2 plus j2. Okay, so they have given k upon, just put s equal to this minus 2 plus j2. So first minus 2 plus j2, take first minus 2 plus j2, then minus 2 minus j2. Okay, because there are two poles, this part is been used with one pole. Okay, then this part will be chosen, the other part will be chosen with another pole. So while putting, you can see here, so minus 2 plus 2 cancelled, this will be j4, this will be, so just take the polar form of this. You can see here I have written in with pen. Okay, this is j4 means 4 at the rate 90 degree. So just write down the polar form of each component, this one, this one, this one. This polar form is angle 0. Okay, it has angle 0. This has angle 135, this has angle 90. Okay, then just okay, add this 135 plus 90 will be 225. So whenever it will go to the numerator, it will become minus 225. So this is the argument of gh dash. So angle of departure formula is given as 180 degree plus argument of gh dash, which will be 180 minus 225. So answer will be minus 45 at this pole. So at the, you can, there is no need to calculate for the other pole because it will be replica of that. So for the other pole it will be plus 45. Okay, they have given for this pole it is minus 45, for this other pole it will be plus 45. Okay, you can also cross check by calculating it. So now last part is j omega crossover. So 1 plus transfer function into feedback. Okay, so we know already this. Then use Raut array, then equate this greater than 0, you will get k value less than 32 and greater than 0. I'll show you. Okay, so one second, where they have given k less than 32 greater than 0. Okay, and we can see from the square row means 4 square plus k, 4 square plus 32. You can take the value directly of k, then s will be square root of this one, and we will get the value plus minus 2.82j. So I'll show you the root locus for that. Okay, you can see here three asymptotes. Then okay, centroid, no need of breakaway point. Then angle of departure is important. So this they have taken here. Okay, so angle of departure should be taken on the other complex poles. So other complex poles will be minus 2 plus 2j and minus 2 minus 2j here. Okay, so on the first pole you can see that the angle was minus 45. For the pole minus 2 plus 2j, departure angle was minus 45 degree. So put the protector here, take minus 45 degree. Okay, and then choose your point 2.82 on the j omega axis. Okay, then intersect the point like this and just move the move out the root locus because it is a departure point. Okay, root locus will depart. For the second pole here, take plus 45 degree, then take this j omega crossover minus 2.82, then you can put your root locus, draw your root locus freehand. This kind of root locus is there. Okay, simple. Just choose the angle of departure for both the poles. That's it. Okay, this was a very simple example. Second example is also simple. Just one pole at s equal to 0 and two poles which are complex. Okay, when we solve this by using quadratic equation, we can see minus 1 plus minus j 4.89. This is the pole. Plus minus j means minus 1 plus j 4.89, then minus j 4.89. So number of zeros are 0, number of loci will be 3. The loci will be present throughout the real axis. Okay, from 0 to minus infinity. Then angle of number of asymptote 3, angle of asymptote for 3 angles. Okay, so now then centroid minus 0.66. Breakaway point is not required because poles are complex. Okay, so whenever poles are complex, you not need to find out the breakaway point because the breakaway point will be obtained on a because there is angle of departure, no need to find out the breakaway point. Okay, we have to take the angle from root locus from the angle of departure. So centroid, so angle of departure here. Okay, this is the simplification of the g of s. So now just take this one firstly and the other one. Okay, no need to take the other one because it will be replica of that first one. So put the value of first pole here. Okay, then second pole, first pole as it is for s equal to the first pole. Okay, take the polar form, then add this, take it to the numerator, it will become minus, then angle of departure is given as 180 plus argument of gh means minus 191.3555, it will be minus 11.55. So angle of departure is given as minus for first root plus for second pole. Okay, so intersection is also done by using Raut array. So the value of k will be 50, okay, less than 50 and greater than 0, and the intersection will be plus minus 5j. Okay, intersection with the omega imaginary axis will be 5j plus or minus. So you can see here, these are your poles. Okay, first one, which is minus 1 point something, and this will be minus 1 point minus j1. Okay, so just take the angle of departure for the first pole with respect to the interconnection. Okay, j phi, just put here, then put, okay, your root locus along this side. So this is the root locus for g of s equal to k upon s square plus 2s plus 25. Okay, so now next type of problem where there are poles also and zeros also. Okay, so there is a zero present. This problem I might have taken in the first demo problem. Okay, so we will see here. Sketch the root locus diagram of a control system having g of s equal to k into s plus 4 upon s square plus 6x plus 13, and this one is feedback which is equal to 1. So I also find the value of k. Okay, so just simplify this one, this denominator, you will get a complex pole, two complex poles in terms of j. So there is a 0 present, so this will be quite different. Okay, example, but similar kind of first problem. So number of poles 3, number of zeros 1, number of loci will be poles, okay, because it is greater than zeros. So number of loci going to infinity will be 2. There is a break because we have a 0. So one loci ends at on 0 at s equal to minus 4. So we can see here the presence. Okay, so 0 is first pole, this one is second, this one is third pole, and 1 0 at minus 4. Okay, so because in this interval from minus 4 to 0, excluding this 0, there is only one root present, which is a 0 at minus 4. So odd number of root present. We can see there is a presence of root real axis root loci from 0 to minus 4. So above minus 4 it is 0. Okay, so no presence of loci from minus 4 to minus infinity. It is only present between 0 to minus 4. Okay, so now angle of breakaway point is not required because complex poles in a denominator. So now find out the angle of departure. Same procedure to find out angle of departure. Okay, it is plus 7.12 and minus 7.12 for both the poles. Okay, then intersection of imaginary axis. Okay, so the point is at, you can see here, where is the point? You can see here the value of k is minus. Okay, k is in minus, so there is no intersection of root locus with the negative real axis. Okay, because k is present here minus. So just for drawing the root locus, just draw it on your imaginary poles, complex poles. Okay, so on this pole the departure angle is plus 7.12. Okay, draw the root locus. Okay, freehand root locus up to infinity because there is no intersection with real omega, j omega axis. Also here same, up to infinity. Okay, this was a simple problem. Okay, again a simple problem which consists of simple root, simple zeros and simple poles. We can find it out, okay, by solving this. So now it's round because if value of k is negative, no need to find out the j omega crossover point. Okay, in this case also value of k is negative, so no need to find out the intersection with the j omega axis. So now as there is no intersection of j omega axis and there is no departure angle, the root locus will be a closed one. Okay, as you can see here, this is the breakaway point, minus 7.16. Okay, then there are two breakaway points, okay, which are both valid. If there is only one breakaway point, then the root locus will end to infinity or it will cross the j omega axis. If there are two breakaway points, then the root locus will be a closed one. Okay, from starting from one breakaway point and end with the another breakaway point. So first breakaway point is sigma b, which is minus 0.83 hereby. Second break-in point is sigma b minus 7.16. Okay, so just connect both of them and okay, so give the arrows because it is leaving the breakaway point. Okay, simple example. So now next example is also consisting of simple poles and zeros. Okay, two zeros, three poles and one zeros. Okay, three poles means first pole at 0, second pole at also 0, third pole at minus 9, 1 0 at minus 1. Okay, you can solve it. Simple problem. So root locus is kind of this because there is no intersection because k value is negative. I'll show you. Value of k is negative, so no need of intersection. Just choose the breakaway point, which is minus 3, and go along with the asymptote angle. Okay, second breakaway point is not available, so no need to close the loop. Okay, root locus. So now this kind of example has been given in your assignment. Okay, 6.20 example. There are 4 poles, zeros are 0. So simple example again. So 2 poles and then 2 real poles, 2 imaginary poles. So loci will end between the 2 real poles. Okay, then asymptote are 4, angle of asymptote will be again 4, centroid will be at minus 2, breakaway point is required because complex poles are there, but I think breakaway point is required because it will crossing the j omega axis, which is k has plus value. Okay, you can see here. I'll show you. There is only one pole. Okay, sorry, two poles at complex axis. So finding out breakaway point is quite simple. Okay, this is the equation. By using synthetic division, you can find out the breakaway point. Okay, choose one value. Okay, close to 0. So breakaway point is minus 0.89. Angle of departure you can find out. Okay, angle of departure you can directly find out. For first pole minus 140, for second pole minus 1 plus 140. So now this value, k marginal value, is positive. Okay, so you need the breakaway point for this because it is positive value. It will be crossing the j omega axis from the breakaway point. So k marginal value is plus 192. So from that auxiliary equation, by choosing this, okay, s square and s raised to 0, you can see the cross section is at plus minus j 2.5. Okay, hereby. So as you have taken the departure of angle of departure, draw it also on the complex poles minus 140. Here minus 140, here plus 140, and then your root locus. Okay, moving away from the point. Simple example. Okay, this was about the root locus types and examples. Okay, these much types are important, sufficient for your syllabus. Okay, you have to study and solve the each and every problem for understanding. Okay, then last part is effect of addition of poles and zeros on root locus. So you can see here effect of addition of poles. Whenever we add the poles to the transfer function, then what will happen? Okay, so the general effect of addition of a pole is a tendency to shift the locus towards right half of the s-plane and lower the stability. They have given example. Okay, so this is the example. So its root is shown in this figure. Okay, so as you can see here, this is there is only one pole at s equal to minus 2, no 0. So the loci will be from minus 2 to minus infinity. Okay, so you can see here, if we add a pole by s, okay, yes, here, so there will be a 0 at s equal to 0 here. So the root loci, real axis loci, will limit from minus 2 to 0 only. It will not go to the infinity. So root locus will be kind of here. Okay, it will be shifting to the right hand side. Okay, here if we draw the root locus, it will shift to the negative axis moreover. So when the root 0 is present added, so the root locus will shift towards the positive axis. Okay, near to positive axis. This lowers the stability. Again they will add a pole at s equal to minus 1.5. Root locus can be seen here. This is the pole addition. Okay, so the root loci will be from 0 to minus 1.5. In this will be 0, from minus 2 to infinity there will be a pole. So breakaway point they can find out here minus 0.5. Okay, so you can see here there will be, okay, intersection of j omega and all. So the root locus will tends to the positive axis, real axis. Okay, this will makes the system unstable after the addition of pole. So if instead of minus 1.5, pole will added at s minus 5, system will remain unstable, but the crossover will take place at a much higher value of k. Okay, this crossover will be higher. The amount of k will be limited for a general addition of pole. In other words, gain margin come down. This example shows the possibility of a stable system becoming unstable. So effect of addition of poles are the root locus changes its nature and shift towards imaginary axis. Okay, you can clearly seen. Okay, by addition of two poles at s equal to 0 and s equal to minus 1.5, the root locus changes its nature and shifted towards the imaginary axis. Okay, the asymptote angle lowers down, it moves towards infinity at lower angles. This makes the interconnection of j omega axis for a lower value of k. The other end of asymptote further in left hand poles does not interest us as they are not dominant poles. System become oscillatory, okay, whenever we add the poles. Gain margin and hence relatively the stability decreases. Range of K reduces, okay. There will be a sluggish response to a quicker response. Increases settling time, okay. So now effect of addition of zeros. In this example, there are no zeros present, okay. So they will add a 0 at s equal to -5. From the figure you can see here, as there are no zeros, okay, so when we add a 0 at here, so this will limit the root loci to end at infinity, okay. This will come inside as they can see here. So adding a 0 at s equal to -5, root locus in this figure B, adding the same 0 but progressively dominant at s equal to -2, okay. Then they have changed here, the root locus will change again, okay. So as the zeros are added to the system, the root locus tends to change its nature towards the real axis, okay, means it will go away from the imaginary axis. So in the third figure you can see here, introduction of a pole at -2 will tend the root locus to change its nature. It will be away from the complex axis. In the figure, okay, next they have added the pole at minus 0.5, okay. So it will make the root locus to be lie on the real axis away from the complex axis, okay. So effects of addition of zeros are the root locus changes its shape and shift to the left half of S plane. So left half of S plane is required in order to have more stability, okay. Number of poles in the left half of plane or number of zeros in the left half of plane are very essential in terms of stability. Then system becomes stable, gain margin increases, range of K also increases as that of addition of poles, settling time is increased as that of addition of poles, okay. So this was for today, okay. I hope you understand all the concepts. If there is any problem, you can feel free to contact me, okay. Okay, goodbye to all, have a nice day and take care.